BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs. And there's more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino. All the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino action. So BetOnline, the game starts here.
Bro, let me say another thing. This was their 300 segment, right?
300 show, yeah.
300 show, right?
Yeah.
Bro, they didn't show anything of the past.
Right.
Have any guest appearances? You know what I'm saying? Like
no highlights of the first 300 shows.
Nothing. Yeah.
So, okay, what do you think the Vegas odds on this match would be? This the Casino Gauntlet qualifier. MJF versus AR Fox versus Anthony Bowens versus Brody King. Who would be the favorite?
MJF.
Strong favorite.
So he came out, for some reason he decided, I'm going to pay Brody King to team with me against these guys. And Brody King threw the money on the ground, so there was just a whole bunch of like bills lying all over the ring when they started the match. And this went on for 13 minutes. Could have been done in 6 because everybody knew that MJF was going to win this. MJF won this, and that was it. Then Mark Briscoe comes out, and Joe, pull that shirt up.
What?
No, not your shirt.
Which shirt?
The MJF has a tiny kosher
shirt. Yeah.
Konnan, what do you think of the shirt
I saw
they're
that.
actually marketing?
Yeah.
MJF has a tiny kosher pickle.
I saw that.
Okay, let me ask you a question. But based on the climate today, the year 2025, okay, what shirt do you think would sell better? Okay, MJF has a tiny kosher pickle, or what do you think if they sold a shirt that said MJF sucks, free Palestine? What shirt do you think would sell?
Palestine shirt would.
The free Palestine shirt would probably sell way more than I would think. So
I like
Briscoe,
how MJF treated this like an easy fight, and he almost lost a couple of times just to kind of swerve you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. But let's not forget. Okay, let's talk in the concept of overbooking. Okay, so this match ended. Okay, Casino Gauntlet match ended in 13 minutes. So they've been out there a while. Then Mark Briscoe comes out, and he had the shirt that said MJF has a tiny kosher pickle. Then Briscoe said he qualified for number 2 in the gauntlet, but that only guaranteed him an uninterrupted for a few solid minutes. Then Briscoe made it clear he wasn't addressing anyone but MJF, and he said his beatdown is coming courtesy of calling him a. So then he's coming out on the ramp, cutting this promo on him, and challenged him next week to come in the ring and have another talk with him.
A talkie talk.
Yeah. So then our boys Jet Speed made their entrance and attacked Lashley and Benjamin. And they kept beating them up and leaving them in the ring, and they kept getting up and challenging them again. And they kept beating them up and leaving them in the ring and kept challenging them again. And he kept beating them up and leaving them in the ring, kept challenging them again. And Night and Bailey got to their knees and said they know how to hurt people, but they'd have to kill them if they want to keep the titles. This looked like 2 indie guys constantly trying, like 2 indie kids trying to attack 2 grown men, and they just were just dismissing them and like abusing them like a father would his children. Is what I got out of this segment. Did you get the same vibe here?
100%, bro. These guys look like little people next to them. They look like kids.
And they don't fight.
They look like teenagers. They look like indie guys. They look like guys that aren't professional. You know,
right.
These guys look like men, like killers, like sophisticated. And bro, this guy's such a mark. Tony's such a mark for this Knight and Bailey guy. I would not be surprised if he took the title off of these guys, which would be the wrong thing to do.
I think.
They're doing the best with the creative they're giving them here because like the purpose is getting.
But why aren't they fighting like Brian Cage and Lance Archer? Why aren't they fighting?
Brian Cage is hurt. Brian Cage is hurt. Okay, but let me see this.
Okay, but
Cage is hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt. No. Yeah, but he blew his knee out. He's rehabbing. Yeah, I knew that from a while back.
But why aren't they fighting? Why aren't they fighting Swerve and Ospreay?
or the FTR
Right.
or Edge and Christian or
Weren't they fighting those
so-
guys?
that's what I'm saying.
Fucking
because
Gallows
of-
and Anderson. Then.
I don't know how you're looking at Knight and Bailey and looking at these two guys and looking at the Hurt
And
Business saying,
thinking they
okay,
have
I'm
a
gonna
chance.
I'm gonna make money with this feud.
Right.
Like so the Hurt Business is doing everything they can do, and they're not even trying to get themselves to get these other guys over. They're making sure that their image is not tarnished by interacting with these guys, and the way they're laying out these segments, and they're just literally beating the out of them, and they're giving them look like they have no chance of beating them, which does make me think that Tony might be such a mark if you're telling the story. And if they do beat them, this is the dumbest thing you could do,
Right.
because you still haven't really gotten these guys in with a feud with anybody notable yet.
I think we'll know
You know-
next
you know?
week because if Lashley and Benjamin beat again next week, then they're going to win. But if these guys get a little drop kick out of the ring next week, then probably Lashley and Benjamin will win.
Well, here's
Actually,
the thing too.
real quick, Brian Cage, because you mentioned him, it's actually torn quad, according to.
Torn quad,
So
yeah.
weren't they
Internet.
wrestling? Here's another team I just thought of: the Young Bucks.
Okay, let me give you a perfect example. Right, you're right. You're right on point here. And this can easily be corrected. Who are your best tag teams in that company that you could like actually promote? These are my top tag teams.
Young Bucks.
Okay,
FTR.
Young Bucks number 1, FTR number 2.
Right.
You could do who are the Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. They're in a faction. Like that they be
Yeah,
credible.
but
is
they're
the
not
thing.
believable. I don't think they're
Well, no,
believable.
but in that group they are. That's your number 1 heel faction.
Swerve and
Sell it.
Osprey.
Swerve and Osprey. See,
Does
okay,
2.0 still team up?
I
but
got
here's
one.
my
I got one. Hobbs and Samoa Joe.
okay, Hobbs and Samoa Joe. All right, so now what we're doing is
We've got
I'm
4.
giving. Okay, we got really 5 because
Evil Uno and
I
John
think
Silver?
I think the Death Riders could have a tag team. You could actually do Moxley and Claudio.
That
Okay,
I would.
but-
I would.
yeah.
That's
All right,
more credible.
But
to
all right,
me.
but here's what I'm saying. Your most ominous challengers for these guys are 3 heel tag teams:
Right.
the Jacksons, FTR, and then like, hey,
But they're
but
baby faces.
you're not booking them as baby faces.
Yeah, but they
It's
get a
silly-
baby face reaction.
I'm aware of that, but they've got to booked against 2 other.
So okay,
underneath them.
okay.
That's
So
what
they
I'm
fight a
saying.
heel. So they fight heels. What's the big
No,
deal? They don't. Give,
Even there's a lot
that's
of
that's my point. Is like that this whole tag team division with their babyface and heel dynamic is so convoluted that you're leaving good stuff on the table because you get too many heels,
100%.
and you can easily flip the Hurt Business into baby faces, and you got 3 credible heel
Right.
tag teams to fight against. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but now they're messing with their heels against these 2 guys that have no chance that look like indie guys, and you've wasted 6 weeks on this already. You know what I'm saying? Like time's ticking on those guys. They're not Lashley and Sheldon are not young. They're close to 50. I think Sheldon's what, like 49?
I think they're
Something
both
give-
at that. Yeah, something like that.
Bro, they should pummel these guys and heat up a feud the next 6 months. 2 months with the Young Bucks, 2 months with the
Right.
FTR.
Right.
And it's
Exactly.
that simple, you know?
Yeah,
100%.
Shelton's
Yeah.
49, Bobby's 48. Di.
Yeah, I'm like, what are you?
Yeah.
The rest
They're
of these
almost
kids
50.
Yeah.
and the whole angle is they're beating up these kids every week. And it's not sympathy. It's like you look like, well, why are they in there with these guys? It's ridiculous.
I would take these kids in the frat house here: Griff Garrison, Preston Vance, and Jacked Jameson, and I would have them.
I'll be
and do
brutally
free
honest with you,
birds.
Joe. I'll even say this.
Yeah.
I would be more compelled with Nick Camarado and Lance Archer against the Hurt Business than I would against
put
these 2 guys
Camarado
up
as
there.
his partner. That's fantastic. That's what they should do. That's a great
What
idea.
do you think about that suggestion for Nick Camarado?
Stupid.
What's QT doing?
Yo, what's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.